apartment? I used to live here in college.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to a better place pretty soon.
We used to come to a lot of parties. Can I come up and see your place?
Yeah, sure. It's not much, no. Oh, it's yours.
No, I like it. Oh, DVDs. Well, we have a lot of the same DVDs. Cool Hand Luke, Family Guy, Beaches Kirk.
What? It's a good movie.
Yeah, I like that movie too. Oh, and you have vinyl. Look at all this Cheap Trick.
You like Cheap Trick?
Yeah, are you kidding? Heaven Tonight was the first album I ever owned. My sister gave it to me as a hand-me-down. And you play the piano?
Little. My grandmother taught me. It was kind of our thing.
Can you play me something?
She was a great player. Ragtime, show tunes. I'm really not very good.
Is it the stage fright thing?
No, I really can't play. But, I mean, yeah, pretty much that's what it really is.
So you've never played in front of anyone?
No. Well, almost. Once, a talent show in high school, I just sat up there drenched in sweat, and I really thought I could do it. But then, I made my big mistake.
Let me guess. You looked at the audience.
Yep. All these eyes staring at me. I'm shaking, my head's spinning. I'm trying to even remember if I even know how to play the piano, and then I puke.
Right there on stage?
Right into the piano, actually.
Why would you do that?
It was a reflex. I was trying not to barf on the piano. Turns out that it's a lot easier to clean off puke off the floor than a baby brain.
That has to be a real bitch.
Yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. You poor thing.
Cut. You're showing a lot more confidence than I would imagine Kirk would show.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe not as confident.
Okay.
And then one thing that you do is that when you go over to the DVDs and the vinyls, you're like, oh wow, look, DVDs, oh wow, vinyls. Maybe you don't have to like call it out like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you can do that. And then you kind of cut him off on his line about the piano.
Yes.
Yeah. Just keep it more casual, I guess. Yeah.
Can I do something?
Yes.
I feel like Molly should be more inquiring in this scene. Like you're like barely uncovering stuff about Kirk in this scene, and you kind of say it like a monotone, and I feel like it's just like it should be like this inquiring one. What? Like, oh my gosh, like no way, and but like good job for trying to like have it memorized, but yeah, it messes people up in the previous scenes too. Like if you should just look down at the paper because people know their cues. So yeah.
Yes.
In noticing this and the people that you picked, it's much more believable. I really, really like the two of you together, height-wise and just the way you interact and move. It was very believable to me. I did like you used your hands a lot, and when someone's nervous, they generally be very demonstrative, trying to cover up what's inside. That was my feeling on it. I could have gone a little smoother. I really liked what you guys did.
Okay.
Yeah, I think also, couple-wise, totally believable. I agree with you there. I think when you get around to visually seeing that, you don't want to see it too quickly. You want to drink it in. You know, it's like when you walk into something new and you're trying to like get the feel for it. Do you feel comfortable here? Does it feel safe? Do you know where the exits are? I was with the security guy for all the clubs or whatever, and he says, the one thing you need to do is when you walk into anything, you got to know where the exits are. You got to constantly be aware of your environment and the people around you, because that's when things can happen. And that's the biggest mistake, you know, that people make. So the minute you walk in, you got to know. So that's what you're doing, you're processing, yes.
Yeah, it's something too. And in the script here, it shows that like in between, when they're in the car and then walking up, there's like parties going on and stuff happening. So I did like how you're like, oh, watch out. But it kind of kept the flow going so that like you guys went from outside and you were taking her into somewhere new. And so like, I don't know, I was going to pretend to vomit or something because it says that this guy's vomiting. I was going to like play music for a second. We could all be like, woo! I don't know, but just like, I liked what you did. You're like, watch out, just to keep the flow going. So that when she comes into that new place, what she was saying, she's trying to figure out how she's in a new environment that you're like throwing her into almost. Like, she's like, what am I going to find here? Like, he's taking me to his place. I'm excited to come and see this new place, but it's also, he's taking me into his world. So it's like, I like the flow of energy should be like, I don't know. I like what you did last time.
Yeah, and guys, the clues are in the script. Don't ever forget that. Remember, you're down on the sidewalk, you're looking up, and you specifically say, yeah, but I'm going to move soon. I'm going to, you know, you've got the crappy car. You've got, you know, the apartment that probably isn't your dream apartment, but it's where you live. And the last thing in the world, you want to bring a hot girl up there because you don't feel like it's ready kind of thing, and she's asking to come up and you can't tell her no because it's hard to say no to her. So we need to see a little bit more like, okay, she's going to think everything is okay. You quickly shut down the computer because you don't want her to see what you had on the screen. So there's all those kind of things. It's like if somebody comes over and you think, okay, I've thought of everything. Did I clean everything that I was supposed to, or did I forget something, or, you know, whatever. So that kind of needs to come across a little bit more. You played it a little bit too together and too confident. Again, I don't want you to do a caricature. I don't want you to do like, you know, it's not that. It's just, and then when you see she likes beaches, she likes Cheap Trick, okay, now we're kind of like, you know, maybe it will be okay, kind of thing. And then you realize it is okay when it's just the two of you together.
Did you notice how passive aggressive she is?
Yes.
And very exuberant. And that was a very nice quality.
Yes. Likeable. We have to like you guys. We have to be rooting for you. We have to like her. Even though she comes across as the perfect person, we still need to like her, right? So all those things have to happen. The other thing, when you get over to the piano, it's sort of like, that's a very personal, sensitive thing that you shared with your grandma, right? And the nervousness that you had, then it ties back to the first scene when she says she's nervous about speaking in front of everybody. It takes you back to a time, so you guys have more in common than you actually think. All right? So don't miss those little clues, because they are there. And it sets up how you need to either act body-wise or say your line. Okay? All right, any other questions, Lisa? Changes?
When y'all are walking over here to the computer and then the DVD area, maybe you could like add in a little ad lib just to keep the conversation going as you work.
So do you want us to cross, what is it, downstage, upstage, is this it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you
This
want
is
to cross downstage or
downstage.
upstage?
You can
Upstage,
cross-
So you want me
downstage.
to cross it there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying like ad lib a little, that way the conversation keeps going.
Okay.
Yeah.
quick question,
Yeah.
for the director. When she's saying her line, when she's actually doing the, she's looking through the DVDs,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel awkward. Is there anything specific that you want me to do in that moment where she's like, she's going down to Family Guy, Beaches and all that stuff? Because I just feel like,
Instead of just
is that
standing
fine?
there.
Is that okay?
You could like look around your apartment maybe to see if everything else is clean. Like
Love a
just
pillow.
yeah, look
Okay.
around.
Okay.
Yeah. Ready?
Or like maybe you see a shirt that's over the couch that you
Yeah.
try to hide, you stick under the cushion. There's all these things that the director will not tell you to do, like what I told Paul when he was doing Talon. Pull up her strap, move her hair out of the face, do something that shows us they had a past. Oh boy, did they have a past, okay? They still have a future, but they had a past, all right? And you are her present, but he doesn't care. So just do what feels natural. If you feel awkward about something, just say, what would I do in this situation? And then follow through with it. Because they're not going to tell you every step of the way
Right.
what you need to do unless they need it for the shot. Unless they need the logo in the background and they need you to get over to that mark. Unless they need you to go to the cupboard and pull out a specific mug because that mug ties into a clue or something. All right? They will give you those specifics. But everything else, you kind of have to make your environment. And remember, this is your apartment. So you better feel fairly comfortable, even though you're nervous that she's there.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Ready? Action.
That was your day.
It was good. How was yours?
Yeah, so far so good.
Oh, nice, nice. This is your apartment? I used to live here in college. Yeah.
Okay, wait, that was all way too fast. So you really got to process it. You got to see it, drink it in. What? This is your apartment? I used to live here in college. If you rush it all together, it just looks over-rehearsed in that you're reading it. Okay? So really see it.
Oh, action.
So how was your day?
It was good. How was yours?
So far so good.
Nice. That's great.
Oh, here we are.
This is your apartment? I used to live in this neighborhood back in college.
Yeah, I'm gonna be moving pretty soon.
We used to come to parties over here. Can I come up and see your place?
Okay, still too fast. So take a beat. Let's stop that for a second. So what you need to do, that was better on the recognition with it. It's like, take your time. We used to come party. Oh, can I come out and see your place? Like, I want to remember. I want to go back to when we used to have so much fun. If you rush it, then it sort of loses the specialness of it. So just, and again, it's like, he's trying to think quick on his feet. And it's like, because if you're saying, oh, can I come up to your place? Yeah, come on. You know, it's just too fast. It's just too fast. Half a second beats, process what you're seeing, process, oh, and we used to have parties here like all the time. Can I come up and see your place? Beats. Take those little beats, okay? Start again.
Action.
So how was your day?
It was good. How was yours?
Pretty good. So far so good.
Nice. That's great. It's been a great evening. This is your apartment? I used to live in this neighborhood back in college.
Yeah, I'm gonna be moving pretty soon.
We used to come to parties here sometimes. Can I come up and see your place?
Okay, so right there, you see, you did the same thing. We used to have parties here, flat. Can I come up and see your place? There's no, like, it's like, oh, can I come up and see your place? You want to do everything you can so he says yes, all right? Because he could just say, no, I've got my roommate up there, no, it's a mess, whatever. He doesn't want to disappoint you.
And how about we stop right here?
Okay?
Yeah, that way y'all like don't get too close.
Okay.
Are you guys understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you see why it's not working?
Yeah.
All right, so don't just read it, Mural, just Nadia, of course. Of course. Take your time, drink it in, see the apartment, reminisce about the past, and then ask him, can I come up and see a place? Can I come up and see a place? Play with that.
Action.
So how was your day?
It was good. How was yours?
So far, so good.
Nice. It's been a nice evening so far.
Yeah, it is. Well, this is it.
This is your apartment? I used to live in this neighborhood back in college.
Yeah, I'm gonna be moving pretty soon.
We used to come party here sometimes. Yeah, they were some epic parties. Can I come up and see your place?
Yeah, sure.
And you could have hesitated a little bit longer there. It's like, yeah, sure. Uh-oh, what am I getting into? Again, this is crucial right here, all right? You're thinking about, you were out in the public before, obviously that didn't work, and now this is an opportunity, and you're hoping it's not, because that could be the end of everything. One more time, try it one more time.
Ready? Action.
So how was your day?
It was nice. How was yours?
So far, so good.
It's been a nice evening so far.
Yeah, it has.
This is your apartment? I used to live in this neighborhood back in college.
Yeah, gonna be moving pretty soon.
We used to come to parties here sometimes. Can I come up and see your place?
Yeah, sure. It's a little loud. Oh, it's always hard.
No, I like that too.
Oh, you do? Oh, I didn't know that. You like Lincoln Park? Yeah. Oh. It's not much, but, you know.
No, I like it. It's very like minimalistic approach. I like it a lot.
Yeah, this is more.
Big table.
Thanks.
DVDs. Oh wow. We have a lot of the same DVDs. Cool Hand Luke, Family Guy, Beaches, Kurt.
What? It's a good movie.
Yeah, I like that movie too. Oh, wow, records. Look at all this Cheap Trick. Wow.
You liked Cheap Trick?
Are you kidding? Heaven Tonight was the first album I ever owned. My sis gave it to me as a hand-me-down. She was the coolest person.
Right
You play the piano?
on. A little. My grandma taught me. It was kind of her thing. She was a great player. Ragtime, show tunes, that kind of thing. I'm really not very good at it.
Oh, I bet you're great. Play me something.
No, I really can't play in front of people.
What, the stage fright thing? Come on, it's just me. Please.
No, I really can't, trust me. You're not missing much.
So you've never played in front of anyone?
No. I almost did once. A talent show in high school. Just sat up there drenched. I really thought I could do it. But then I made my big mistake.
Let me guess. You looked at the audience.
Yep. All these eyes staring at me. I'm shaking, my head spinning, trying to remember if I even know how to play the piano, and then I puke.
Right there on stage.
Right into the piano, actually.
You're lying. Why would you do that?
It was a reflex. I was trying not to barf on the floor, and it turns out it's a lot easier to not barf off the floor than Baby Brand.
Yeah, that has to be a real bitch.
Tell me about it.
Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. You poor thing.
It's okay. What about you? Any embarrassing stories?
Well, okay, there was a talent show, and I really like to dance, primarily the old school hip hop, and my sister and I, we choreographed the dance the night before, and we had been studying the entire week, and I thought we had the choreography down, and then we went up on stage, and we had this go-to move where we were just gonna shimmy if we forgot, but then we both forgot at the same time, and it was probably like a split second, but we both just went like this, and we looked at each other, and because we did it at the same time, it looked like it was part of the choreography, but I was slightly embarrassed because I knew I had messed up.
It's okay, but how about this? How was the shimmy? Was it like?
It was kind of like this. We were supposed to go forward and backwards. But yeah, we messed up, and instead we just went like this. But yeah, I really like to dance. I told you, I do get stage fright, but it's easier for me to dance in front of people instead of talk in front of them.
Wow. Well, I mean.
Cut.
Okay, good. Okay, much better the second time. What did you guys notice with this second version? Any comments? Yes.
Yeah, his body language was over the top. You were sitting there like this, trying to be comfortable. But people that put their leg up in front are usually closing people up. He was wide open to her, but he was afraid and guarding himself. He was terrific. Really, right?
I loved the stringing of the keys. That was brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
What a visual that was. That was such a, think about how much more pronounced it would be if you actually had the piano and you could do that. But the fact that you chose to do that, very good.
The timing was perfect.
Yeah.
When you were fixing the curtain and everything. When you came in and turned around, you came right over to her and she was like, beaches? Like, because you were just finishing with the curtain. Like, we were allowed to like go back from one person to the other. It was, you were putting on a show. It was cool.
Nadia's visual on him, and when she just explodes in jovian innocence, and you just fall in love with the two of them as a couple because you can feel the tension and how it's handled. You just.
Well, and he's slowly falling in love with her. I think he's slowly realizing, yeah, she's perfect and I love her look and all those things, but there's something about when you can talk to somebody and that you can communicate with them. There's this, yes, visually, you know, I've heard it explained to me, maybe it's a cop-out, but guys will say, well, we look at women, you know, like pieces of art and, you know, like they're in a museum and all of that. So this is why they look at so many different women. That it's a real reason, I guess they say. But in this particular case, it goes beyond that. It goes beyond that, and you're responding to, you like her as a person. You know, I think you do have more in common. What else did you guys notice?
Nadia seemed a lot more relaxed and more interested. We could tell the way you were speaking too. You sounded interested.
You did. I want you to watch. Sometimes you sound very monotone because the tone of your voice is a lot kind of the same, and I want you to have the freedom that you can vary it up, you know, with it, which you got to with the improv. So don't be afraid, you know, to go there to show a little bit more of that. I thought your pacing, guys, was very, very good. There was a couple places you kind of got there too quick, but we fixed the beginning for the most part. And I think the other thing is you could have been a little bit more excited about the recognition about the parties, and you still live in this neighborhood. What a coincidence.
She was the
See,
first
don't
time.
miss the coincidences. Yes.
She was the first time, but when you
Yes.
told her you're going too fast, I noticed that she tried to tone it down and maybe
But you lost the
misunderstood you.
exuberance. Yeah.
Your exuberance was gone, and you slowed it down a little bit, but that effervescency was missing the way it was in the first time.
There's nothing worse, though, if you say a line and you jump too quick to the next one without having any purpose for it. Just because you need to say the line, that's when you need to take those half-a-second beats. Then there's other times that you need to just throw the lines away and you need to say them quick. And so it's the huge majority of all of this is pacing with it. The body language totally worked, how you felt protecting your place and hiding things and doing all that totally worked. The piano, like I said, was brilliant. That was a brilliant move.
The in-between improv, the Lincoln Park comment was hilarious.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
And that naturalness is what we need to see when you have dialogue. The minute you guys have dialogue, you all freeze up. Everybody kind of lets those words overtake them. And that's common. It's not unusual that you feel that way. I felt that way. Every actor feels that way until they really feel that they've embraced it and they become, that character. That's why the more you know the words, the easier it becomes to free yourself up to make those choices with it. So that's why, you want to try to be a quick study if you can. If you mess up, keep going. That's very important. We've had the luxury of being able to do a lot of improv in between, but that naturalness and how brilliant your improvs have been have got to be in your scene work. Otherwise, it's choppy and you're unsure of yourself with that. Yes.
So when you say, if you mess up, keep going, at that moment, would you